Tighten up, family. This is Balance. I'm here to share my experience, my strength, and my hope. I'm going to acknowledge the ancestors. Ashe. So the topic is below. So I was here reflecting. Actually, let the truth be told. I was reflecting on the fact that how am I actually observing, being the watchman, um, of myself, doing a lot of insight and acknowledging after a situation that erupted, kind of manifest, my spiritual foundation needs to be more sterile and more structured towards myself, just in general, love and being there for others and understanding because don't mean that everyone else know and what chaos look like, lack of knowledge, ignorance, and be humble about it, when people express and they don't know that they don't know, and just, be some sort of service without being judgmental. There was a situation that occurred and with me and family, of course, doing this, what we call, should I say, a place of shelter. They call it being quarantined, but that's not really what it is. So, but being among self and family and to see, how, well, to know your EM field is how important your electromagnetic field and who you let in right now because the portals is open and all this anger and fear and feeding, the archons, that you can't see, creating that you can't see, a plate, you get full. That's what when Trump say the taxes, he ain't paying taxes. So my environment is very important all. Remember, love is like this sister was singing her first now, I forget her first name, her name is Teller. She sings this song, Love is the New Money, and that's what we're going to have to bounce on. That's the bank, is the love. And when we see that, people show up short, to be humble and understanding and caring and non-judgment of the fact that people don't know that they don't know, and yes, it does. Chaos look ugly. When it has no order, you have to give it order. Like Mama Mayat says, order, balance, harmony, truth, reciprocity, propriety, and righteousness. But people don't recognize, like for me, I'm seeing myself in a way that it's appealing, even if sometimes it could be hurtful, watching myself do others, and even me, I have a tendency to respond and act, take offense instead of take joy, in spite of, don't let the pettiness, insults the others, criticism of others, like shake my foundation. And what sometimes people they give you a chance, that's the I, the source, all in all. We playing this game, and we got to be willing to play it and to win it, and that means times you have to confront individuals, and people are, they're not people's persons, and they, when trial and error come, I'm a person that when trial come, people, they fold in a moment of pressure, and I run to it, and I recognize that doesn't mean that's because I does it and know and expect, know that I am the answer and the solution. The others accept that within himself. You know, so I'm learning that, in spite of, people, places, and things, family members in this moment ain't where you know, like myself, I'm on a higher, 5D and up. And people is hurting and they may not make it through this moment of um, leveling up. Um, so for me to improve, I'm learning that self-improvement is to try new things, allow people to mirror in that weakness within myself. Because I found out, I can, the moment of trial and error, like the situation arose yesterday, and people was acting out, and I, was balanced, and next thing you know, I took offense, and I was just as yelling like them, and I said, um, not that neither one of us was wrong or right, it's just being, sometimes it has to happen so that, even if the young ones was around, was able to see, after that point, that, you know, um, to be able to come together as a unit and just like resolve situations and hope the best for not just self but all, So, I'm learning that in spite of people, have a tendency of watching you. They sit on the sideline by choice and will not cheer for you, knowing you paid the price to play that game, right? And I'm okay with it. I'm like, okay, but I'm learning to separate myself. And this is what this social distance is in a lot of ways, you know, um, from people, places, and things. And environment is very important. I'm a recovering addict, but I'm also a substance abuse counselor. And I'm always telling, the individuals, clients, people, places, and things when I'm sharing my experience that, you know, environment to me is a lot. It's a lot. It's a half of 60% of recovery to me. And so now I'm not at work, very toxic environment. Seeing how I have not done or need to continue the path of um, repairing my sense of perception of away from others. Sometimes you gotta recognize that we became conditioned, and that's not my thought. And so I hope all is well. I just want to kind of like build my family and just share love and just, if no one told you they love you, I love you. This is balance. I love you. Ashe.